So is stickier better?
Can be, yeah.
Can you get some trash weed that's sticky?
Because some terpenes
not
don't
really.
have potency,
So
right?
You can get decent weed that's sticky.
But usually sticky means better than not sticky.
Yeah, because that's going to be the more of those crystals on the outside.
So Snoop's right when he says that's sticky.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg? I can't take another minute in this dome!
First of its kind, the first dome
Anyway. Well, folks, welcome to the motherfucking show. Oh my God, my eyes are watering. I'm sad. This is the world's greatest freestyle rap hip hop podcast on the planet. I got my co-host sitting across from me, Dave. Welcome.
What up?
I'm Alex, and we have a very special guest. I've known him since I was like 6. He's currently thriving in the cannabis industry of America, and he's got a beautiful wife and a kid on the way. Oh, and another fun fact, our second guest ever on the show, we have Mr. Sage. I don't know if he wants me to give out his full name just in case.
Don't give out his full name.
You never know. They might come for him after this. He is operating in narcotics at the end of the day. But,
Technically.
Welcome, dude.
We're glad
Thank
you're
you.
in L.A.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
When Sage was here the first time, I don't remember much of it. I assume there was
Me neither.
a lot of boozing going on.
Yeah.
And
I feel we should clarify Richard's here too.
Yo, what up?
that's true. Another one of my
It's
oldest
nice to be
friends. Loki
home.
forgot he was here. Not gonna lie.
I feel like I'm the only one that's kind of left out from the history. You know, I don't go as far
Yeah.
back as all of you.
You're a new member of the clan.
And I still,
Maybe I shouldn't say clan.
I've never been to Hawaii.
As far as the origins of this Western Hemisphere right here in the West Coast, anyways.
What does that even? What the fuck did you just say?
history major.
The origins of the Western
No, because we
Hemisphere?
were all hanging out in the Midwest up in Michigan. And then we moved, or you guys moved down here, and then you guys started something up in Cali.
Exactly.
And then I came out from Vegas to come hanging out, and then Sage came out. That's where he first came on.
We also, the three of us all went to the same fucked up Christian high school, and well, Sage and I went to elementary. No, you didn't.
No,
go to
I
the
came in
elementary school.
sixth
You
grade.
came in 6th grade.
Can you talk some shit
But-
about that, Sage?
We
Man,
often
there's
do.
too much.
Oh man,
There's
we
too
could
Too much?
We could that maybe it'll probably come up naturally. We don't have to
It
like
definitely will.
insert it into it. But since we like to qualify our guests somehow, you're a weed professional. That's what it like. That's
Yeah.
your thing. You like that's your bread and butter, correct?
Mhm.
Like why don't you talk about like why that is your bread and butter?
At first, it just started as passion. Just wanted to get into the industry. Just as someone that liked smoking and cannabis in general.
Yeah. Yo.
We don't expect the guest to rap, and that's a fact, yo, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. He's in the weed industry, not the rapping industry, so he's always growing trees, and that's just how it bees.
Ever since a teen, wanna be involved in cannabis. Now I is, and it's fabulous. Yeah, mastered it. I grow the shit, and then I start smoking it.
But he could rap if he wants. Honestly, he probably wouldn't bomb. I know that he has a history of writing two super good songs.
Really?
Yeah, I knew that back at home.
My boy Sage is basically a member of the Rage Against Machine a band, you say? Save me, please. I wanna die if I continue to speak.
That was rough, Dave, but you know what? It's okay because we got Sage and he's here to save the day, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna, hear about what it takes to get into the industry today.
No, but I knew someone that worked at a dispensary in Vegas when I was living back home, and she kind of got me an interview, and I got in there and started on the cultivation side, just growing, defoliating plants, taking off leaves, harvesting.
Is that what you and Rich were working together?
Yeah.
Did you go straight from your job in Hawaii? Because we might want to. That might be a fun thing to get into real quick. You had an iffy situation going on in Hawaii, and then was that your first job in Vegas? Was working at the dispensary?
Yeah.
I
came up
clutch.
kind of for that. I had a job back home, working on a papaya farm, helping with deliveries and packing
It
fruit.
will remain nameless.
Yeah, wasn't the best. And
I heard the story.
I lived in one of his houses, so I came up during Christmas to Vegas for that interview.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went well, so I went back and I was gonna wait some time to give like notice, but I just said fuck it because I didn't like it, and what I do? I told him I just wanted to look for something better, so I was leaving, and he just fired me right there and kicked me out of the apartment that I was staying.
I feel like that's
Basically,
not legal.
evicted the day of. Yeah, technically, if you wanted to cause some trouble, you probably could have stayed because
Yeah.
legally, but I understand wanting to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well,
So
'cause
you were homeless for a second.
Before I was living in that, I was homeless.
This was before that job.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought that led to the homelessness.
No, I came back from Denver when I was working at Target back in Hawaii, and that's when I was homeless for like 2 or 3 months.
Which one could
I was
argue.
sleeping in the car.
Yeah, if you have a car, it's slightly better than
Yeah.
being
And
fully
in
homeless.
And I was in Hawaii, so it's
Yeah.
not the worst place to be.
He showed me where he would sleep sometimes,
Yeah.
and it was a cool spot.
I
It
just
was
parked
chill
under a
ass-
tree, beach view.
Yeah.
Do you
He's
feel
sleeping
like-
next to the ocean?
Do you feel like
Yeah.
that was obviously difficult, but was it also like a really transformative time in your life?
Oh, definitely.
Do you feel like you grew as a person significantly?
Yeah, like going through something like that or just being in that kind of situation definitely toughens you up. And
I'm assuming it's because you like didn't want to ask for help.
yeah, there's a shameful like pride type of thing that goes with it. Like you get
1000%.
close a couple times, then you're like, no, you don't want to.
I
Because
almost
if you get out of it, then you never have to admit it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you kind of keep it
yeah.
to yourself.
But one
so-
could argue that like
Yeah.
even that could be the fact that in your head you're like, I don't want to admit that I ever asked for help. Is that a bad thing?
No, not that you're asking for help, that you're in a situation that you didn't think you would be in.
I see.
Like
I
the
see.
situation I
Yeah.
was in and the stuff I was doing and whatnot, like you don't want to admit you fell into something like that.
I see. Because when you were in Hawaii and you were sleeping in your car, were you working too?
Yeah, I was working. And then I would get like a gym membership for showers or just a lot of the parks in Hawaii, since they're beach parks or even if they're not by the beach, they have showers.
Yeah.
So I would just go there at night and shower.
That's the move.
Yeah.
Because I see some homeless dudes at the 20. I'm assuming they're homeless. I don't
But
go
they
up
got-
and ask them, but I can sort of tell.
They have
I
way
look-
too much luggage.
Yeah,
at the
they
gym.
have their whole life with them in the gym.
and they're not working out.
Yo, the gym's a crazy place to be sometimes. You gotta go over there and write some rhymes in the hot tub, surrounded by strange men. But it's okay, especially if they're Asian.
Yeah, I got a gym membership. Pull up to the locker room and it smell like shit. And this dude looked like his name Dennis. In a long time, I hadn't been to a dentist.
I haven't been to the dentist, but I've been to the gym, and that's a fact. So my teeth are turning black, but my fucking arms, they're ripped as shit, and my lats are fucking on point. Yo, that's a fact.
Yeah, my black ass molars. Yeah, I'm ice cold like polar bears. Yeah, I'm fucking scared because I got no way to sleep or cut my hair.
I miss the Coca-Cola polar bear. What happened to that dude? I wish that he was
Stinks.
back and he was cracking open 2 or 3 Cokes and sharing one with me. But honestly, I don't really like Coca-Cola
No?
or
Not a big
Pepsi.
fan.
I be crushing Diet Coke
Fucking-
like regularly.
Cola and I think it's called cola, right? Pepsi and Coke and like RC Cola is just
A
called
cola,
cola.
yeah.
That's like, I don't like cola in general.
What about Diet Dr. Pepper? Or just Dr. Pepper?
I'll fuck
I
with
like Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Man,
Dr. Pepper all the
I
way.
be fucking up some Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's
Yeah.
sick.
That
It's like-
Dr. Pepper cream soda too. Have you had that?
Yeah. That's
one.
nice. I'm kind of not into cream soda generally.
Me neither.
But once it's involved with Dr. Pepper, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I can do it.
It's good by association.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a weird concept, cream soda. Like,
Right.
what are we doing here?
Right,
Like,
right.
this is a soda, but
It's
cream?
perfect because they did it to everything. They do it to coffee because coffee's not a creamy thing, but they throw cream in that shit.
It's the
Lemon
carbonation
tea.
factor.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
You don't
Europeans.
you don't expect cream to be carbonated.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like dairy and carbonation don't go hand in hand.
I know in
That's
Utah
true.
they do that. I don't know if
Really?
you've seen that.
They do a lot of weird
they
stuff
put
in
cream.
Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put cream in their soda because they don't drink like coffee or whatnot because they're.
I
who
could
knows,
see that working
but-
out. It would almost be like a root beer float.
Yeah,
sort of.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind
vibe.
of see it, but
yeah,
they do
yeah.
that.
It couldn't be that bad.
So how do you get from sleeping on the beach to Vegas? You get the job?
So
remember,
the person
sleeping on the beach precursed a shitty
Sorry.
job, and then
Then you papayas, then they get evicted, and then to Vegas.
and then I was sleeping on Richard's couch for like 2-3 months,
Yo.
just selling weed and
Oh yeah.
No,
smoking
In
all
Vegas?
day in Hawaii.
Oh,
That's where
Hawaii.
I moved up.
that was the best time.
I mean, it
for
was.
sure.
I mean,
Was Richard
there's
just,
nothing better.
Was Richard just pounding beers every day?
No, I would get up. He would go to work, so we'd smoke before he went to work.
You would work with me sometimes.
Sometimes I would, but then I just chill at his house. People would come over to smoke or pick up some stuff.
Wow, that sounds like better days.
that
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like an awesome time. I
And
wish I was
then
doing that
And
right
we
now.
were in the like a really nice location too in Hilo
yeah.
town.
And we would have other friends come like throughout the day or when they're done with work and smoke and whatnot.
Were you working at the carpentry with Richard, or was
No,
it you-
painting.
I was painting.
Oh,
painting.
okay, okay.
But yeah, so I would just smoke all day. And
Smoke
Shit.
all day. That's a good song.
What you call it? PUBG came out.
yeah, just playing video games. Just a low life,
PUBG.
pretty much.
Remember that time where there was I'm not saying this was a good segment. There was a time where I decided to do the history of battle royale games.
Oh, I remember that.
on the podcast because I thought it would be interesting.
No, I
or something.
appreciate effort.
I was
you put
trying
in
to,
effort.
yeah, I was like, I have a segment, you guys. It's the history of battle royale games.
I thought it was like a diss at like my shit.
Well, I was kind of. I am fascinated by how that sort of took the world by storm. Like everyone was playing Apex during the pandemic. It seemed, or the Call of Duty version of it, the with the Gulag or whatever. And I've always just been a campaign guy, playing by myself, just obsessed with the story or whatever. So it was a bridge that like mentally I was fascinated with.
Well,
I was
it's
just
funny
man,
because like
everyone-
I get what you're doing. You're like engaging what the game was truly like, or like most games that are like written like a graphic novel almost. I appreciate that, but I think these other guys are playing for the social aspect. Like it's not even the game. It's almost
No,
like
absolutely. And some of the most fun I've ever had gaming is when I've been just playing Call of Duty with my friends.
Yeah.
It's a totally different realm. It's like how sometimes you want a Taco Bell and sometimes you want a taco truck.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, they both have their merits. I'm not gonna.
they're
shit
both
on,
Mexican food technically.
I'm not gonna shit on Taco Bell just because technically the taco truck is authentic and better ingredients and everything. Sometimes you want to get some Taco Bell. In
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting time. That was the pandemic was kind of it got me into gaming. Like I really didn't game at all. Maybe like I played through one campaign a year.
Dude, Alex
And
and
then
I
the
played
pandemic hit.
every Halo game and every Gears game. At one point, he deleted like fucking 80 beats I had on my computer.
On accident.
Well, and also, all those beats were trash. All those beats were probably trash. And at the time, I remember when he deleted them, I was like,
You were surprisingly okay with it.
I was like, those beats probably sucked anyways.
Yeah, I felt devastated because I was like, I would have, if that had happened to me, put myself in his shoes, I would have had the blues. I would have been like, dude, why'd you go and nuke my whole goddamn discography? Yo, that shit is so sad to me.
I was briefly pissed for like a sec. And then in my head, I was like, what the heck? All those beats are probably trash. In fact, you'd probably be a better man after the fact.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we gotta go through some losses. Sometimes, you know, you gotta brush your teeth and then floss them. You know, sometimes you gotta go to the store and buy some toilet paper and then wipe your fucking hole.
Yeah, wiping holes, make a hole in one, and then I hit some hoes on my cell phone.
Chill.
And now I'm feeling chill, super great. I might meet up with your girl after 8. Wait.
After 8, we just had a date. Things went great. She ate food off of my plate. It was cute.
Oh,
It was
there we
great.
go. Just like feeding each other kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like a Lady in the Tramp scenario.
Okay, so then you're in Hawaii, you're selling weed, you're working, painting some shit, and how do you guys both end up in Vegas?
I went up first for that job because I had it pretty much secured. And then after a month or two, I got my own place. I was staying with some family. And he moved up and just started sleeping on my couch.
Wow, so the roles are reversed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely flipped.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty-
then he was doing some other like
Yeah.
tree landscaping job. And then he got one with me. And then he didn't last too long.
I lasted a year and 3 months.
It wasn't the best situation, that job. It was.
I-
I
the
heard it
environment-
wasn't that good for
No.
Rich.
Well, I just would have done a whole nother year of what I was doing with like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
$1 pay raise. And
Yeah.
I was like, not for me.
Yeah. So I started there, and I worked there for 3 years. And then it just got too much politics and people, and
What was the like job itself? How were you interacting with weed on a regular basis?
So at first I just started, taking leaves off of plants, getting them ready for harvest, moving them around from different stages. Then I got into the fertigation room, so I was just making all the nutrients, mixing it up, getting ready for feeds and whatnot. Then from there I went to the clone room, cutting clones, tracking them in the system, getting them ready for veg. And then I went into the inventory side, so just the computer system, tracking them from where they're going, creating them as clones.
You literally did every job. It sounds like.
Pretty much every job. Doing the compliance with the state when they come and pick apart everything, making sure it's safe and compliant. And then I got over that, quit that, and then texted my old boss that used to work there, and he gave me a job like the next day.
And now you're still there.
I'm still there. He left, and now I run it. I'm the technically manager of operations, head grower.
Hell yes.
So
Do you feel like you're pretty close to a place where you could then go create your own operation confidently on your own?
Yeah.
That would be.
Is that the
not saying
end
it would
goal?
be the best. Like, I'm not saying I'm.
But is that something that you would want maybe in the future?
Yeah, I would like my own small spot. Like right now, we have a pretty small spot. Total in flower, we have like 800 plants, 900 plants. And that would be nice. It's something you can manage with a small team. You don't have to worry about a huge space and so many plants you can't get eyes on everything.
Yeah, well, what do you think about the laws? Like, I've heard that there's like some fucked up shit around legal weed that incentivizes people to continue to do it illegally, and maybe that's more in California than in Vegas. Like, I know Vegas is better.
Well, not even legally, but like for different states, it's certain things are legal than others. Like with the testing you were telling me.
Yeah, there's different rules for different states. Like in California, you guys just test for THC.
Yeah.
It shows the terpenes on it, but it's not testing for the content of terpenes.
Yeah.
In Vegas, they're testing your THC, your terps. So like you'll have 24% weed and then 2% terps.
So it's
and they'll
much
show
more
the breakdown.
It's much more effective testing.
More effective and stricter. I think Nevada has one of the stricter testing.
Whoa, that's strange. I thought for some reason that California was strict.
There's a lot to regulate over there in Nevada. They have a lot of stuff that is legal that isn't legal in other places.
You're right. They know how to do that shit better.
Yeah.
It's the city of sin.
And then you were also telling me that like Colorado has something to do with the testing of each batch.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I know they test a lot less often. And I think one batch of testing can go for either like a whole harvest or a whole time period for that same strain. So yeah, every state's different.
And you get to just every now and then just pluck a little bud off and
you wouldn't want
that.
that.
You have to cure that shit.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
it's just gonna taste like trash.
That's so funny, dude. I never think about the fact that weed doesn't just come off the plant. Like, it has to come off and to go through this whole process.
Yeah.
Like the natives used to smoke it, bro.
Right? How did they do that?
They
They
cured
probably
it.
took it off and cured it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that just means drying it out.
Yeah. So like once we harvest it, we hang it in a room, 60 degrees, about 60% humidity,
And just let it chill.
Yep. And then
So when weed is really sticky, it's not cured enough?
no, it can still be cured.
Okay, it can still be cured and sticky. Let me get that icky. Yeah, I got the blicky. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. Sydney.
I got the cure. Yeah, it's here. And it's the motherfucking weed. Yes, sir. I got it right now. Curing in the back room. Getting real dry. Yeah, sucking like a vacuum. I'ma fucking smoke it. Yeah, it's dry as shit. But that's a good thing because, I cured it. And I'm gonna fucking go procure it over here. And then I'm gonna go smoke it.
Put it in a hemp wrap. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and I don't regret that. I smoke it, then I kick back. Yeah, and then I spit facts.
Spit facts every day. Yo, this shit's not whack because it's grown in the back of my home in Nevada. Yo, shout out to that. It's not whack.
Spit a banger in like 2 seconds.
Nah, that was
So the
dope.
stickiness isn't from water; it's from the resin, the crystals on it. So the stickiness doesn't.
The stickiness doesn't go away with the curing process.
It doesn't go with
Okay.
that. Yeah,
So is stickier better?
Can be.
can be. Yeah,
Can you get some trash weed that's sticky?
Because
Nah,
some terpenes
not
don't
really.
have potency,
So
right?
you can get decent weed that's sticky.
But usually sticky means better than not sticky.
Yeah, because that's going to be the more of those crystals on the outside.
So Snoop's right when he says that's sticky.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
you
there-
Sticky, better,
definitely want your
folks.
fingers coming out sticky.
Yeah,
when you-
yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time
And then if they are, just rub them in your hair, and they're not sticky anymore.
It
'Cause
kind of
they'll-
looks like you've been
Natural.
rubbing some weed in your hair.
That's how Alex
That's
got
from the
his
shower.
dreads.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Alex every day, new dread, new piece of weed.
Every time I roll a blunt, I just rub my fingers through my hair.
I don't know if you have this experience, and maybe at your job, is there a storefront or is it just the?
No, we're just a cultivation.
So for
we
me-
just sell it wholesale.
For me, I try to buy wholesale because obviously it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But I love a weed storefront, like a weed store.
A
Is
nice
such,
dispensary is a vibe.
dude, and there's
like
like
if you're at like a Mac store for weed.
yeah, and there's like cool people there. They have all these cool products. The packaging of weed products is so like enticing, and especially like edibles that are like
It's
look
just
like,
a scam though.
it is technically
It's
a
too
scam,
much money.
but it goes to show like how much branding does for products. Like you really do buy into like, or I do at least. You buy into this idea and this image and like the whole thing. Like I also enjoy having a good experience when buying something. I like to have this process where the person who sells it to me is cool.
What's funny is, okay, so a couple weeks ago, I went to go pick up some weed for the podcast at a dispensary. I would have never gone there on my own accord, but David sent me with some money to go pick up some.
Well, he was already going somewhere else.
To go pick up some blunts. And I get there, and even though I already know I can get all this cheaper just going to the secret sesh, the way that it's like laid out and displayed, I've already forgotten about the secret sesh. I'm already like, I'm here and I'm looking at like, wow, that's actually a really good price, even though I know it's not
Yeah.
technically compared to
it's
what I'm
not.
usually getting. So it's funny. The switch happens, especially if it's a good looking dispensary.
I kind of feel the opposite though with packaging. Sometimes when I see that real bright, like off-brand cookies
It looks cheap to you.
It looks cheap, and it's like you're
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to capture it with the packaging and
Yeah,
not what's
yeah.
inside. You're kind of. I feel like it's a little cover up.
There,
I
fair enough,
automatically
fair enough.
think that's lower to your shelf.
Yeah.
Like when I see packaging like that, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, they're gonna sell that out.
Or
the
it's
back.
like some street weed they got Wish at
Yeah.
bags.
Definitely
and-
when it's fucking like it's a parody of Lucky Charms logo or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, but it's Lucky Weed, Lucky
Yeah.
Cheems or something like
Mhm.
that.
What's it-
I always check the seal, make sure the seal is nice. If the seal is nice, then you're like, at least they care about like.
Yeah.
I do like that I can just be at Chipotle, right? Like there's a Chipotle next to a dispensary right here in Long Beach, and you can just go to the Chipotle and then walk to the dispensary and buy a joint and then just be in the street. Like you pay like $8 for the joint, and then you're in the street smoking the joint, and then you could go to a bar. It's just like weed is now closely available in this like just legal marketplace.
Certainly convenient for the casual smoker.
Yeah,
Once you're an everyday user, you don't want to be hitting that dispensary.
No. Obviously,
They
it's-
have good deals in Vegas though. Like for locals, like half ounces for $50. They have $100 ounce deals.
Oh, okay.
Decent weed. It's tested and good. So
yeah. It's
And they constantly have the joints. Like people,
Yeah.
especially the dispensaries on the walk.
I
on
don't
the
buy
main walk.
pre-rolls.
Well, I just feel like
Usually they
if
suck,
I'm with
but-
a friend and we're at a bar, like there's the Chipotle is next to a bar, is next to the dispensary. We leave the dispensary, and for some reason we're like not going home, and we don't have weed at home, or we want to stay, we want to bar hop, let's say, and we want to just get high. We could like easily go into the dispensary and buy a joint that's some high quality shit
Yeah.
for fucking $10, $5 each. Now all of a sudden, me and my girlfriend are smoking something potent down the street, and I just might go get something to eat. But quickly, let me stop and smoke some weed. You see?
God bless America and the convenience of buying cannabis over here, yo. I'm about to bust. God bless. I trust at every corner I can find some marijuana. Yo, you know I wanna go get some.
Yo, I'm having so much fun, puffing on some stuff I just got at a legit business front. I walk into the front, talk to the lady, she's smiling and being crazy.
The fact is, all these businesses pay all their taxes. It's super legit. It's not under the table and shit. So, you know, I feel good when I go there after a beer and a bitch, and I go over there and I get high as shit.
I like to support local business, but I should probably get more into fitness.
You should.
Because I'm being relentless
Yep.
with the way I spend it.
Sometimes eating less isn't the answer. Sometimes eating more is the answer.
Now, the only thing that's
Yep.
missing is that they allow us to also go, get a prostitute legally close next to it. Fuck, I fucked
I'm
up.
gonna pee and get more drinks. You
I
guys
find-
can maintain, right?
The camera
How's that
stopped.
the-
Oh, okay.
problem.
This is a good point to hit him with the Chris.
We're gonna pause real quick.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna read you the producers
Of the beats.
I made the first one. Number 2 was Microdose by Harold. Dawn by Lethal Needle. Loyalty by Open Tims. What do we got? 5?
We went through 5, yeah.
And Last Day by Broken Finger.
On the break, we witnessed some disturbing shit. Richard has a Michelada mix by Modelo in a
It's not
giant
disturbing.
can. Oh, it
It's
was
delicious.
I'll never look at Richard the same again.
No, yeah.
He was drinking from the Michelada mix and then pouring tahini directly into his mouth from the shaker that it comes in.
Richard, why do you take your sunglasses off? I don't like that.
The tahini sobered me up real quick.
That's a good point. Tahini is great. Also, I don't think it goes bad. I'm pretty sure we've had that tahini in that bottle for like 2 years now.
Whenever Richard's wearing those sunglasses, he looks like that YouTuber with the fucked up teeth.
Put the sunglasses on.
Who's that YouTuber?
With fucked up? I don't know.
He does
Sunglasses
he does,
and fucked up
He
teeth?
does vlogs.
So he's probably British then, right?
No, it's what's his name? It's this guy.
I don't know. Oh, Casey Neistat.
He looks like that dude when
Yeah.
he wears the
That's funny.
sunglasses,
You're right. You do have Casey Neistat vibes. That's kind of crazy.
but only with the sunglasses. So chop chop.
yeah, get the
needy.
sunglasses back on.
I remember when
Chill.
Richard would come to visit when we lived in Koreatown and you guys lived in Vegas. I didn't understand the place that your guys' lives were at. Like it was totally different, and it seems like
David's never had a friend like Richard either.
I didn't understand what the fuck Richard was saying for 2 or 3 years.
Oh no, that
Most people
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. In high school, we didn't understand them for.
Richard
probably
would
2 or
come to
3 years.
Koreatown and I'd be like, why is this Alex's friend? But then after a while, I was like, he's a good guy.
I forced the issue for a while.
You start to understand it after a while. There's
Yes.
he'll say some shit that in any normal conversation you'd probably be like, I'm a slide, y'all are weird. But once you understand him, you stick around. You're like, you know what, I get it.
Well,
yeah.
we've had some conversations on this podcast of Richard just bringing up some shit that is factually wrong, or he's just saying it wrong, but he thinks he's saying it right or whatever, and it triggers.
I agree.
Me, dude.
My delivery is very poor.
You don't know
I don't
how
really
many
get my-
arguments we've gotten in because he argues an incorrect fact, but just won't give it up. And it pisses me off. I'm
You
like,
could
no,
even-
that's wrong.
You could show him on Google
Yeah,
to
yeah.
his face where
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
totally incorrect, and he's like, those are different facts.
and it would get me so irritated. My wife gets she's like, you guys are so.
Richard, I'm gonna buy a book about Genghis Khan. What do you think?
Genghis Khan.
Have you read some Genghis Khan type shit? I got the book.
gang.
I'll pull it up for you on Amazon right
Yes.
now.
When I hear the name Genghis Khan, I don't think of Genghis Khan. I think of everything that he's accomplished. I think of all the people that came after, the rulers that wanted to be him and be the next Genghis.
The next Genghis. Genghis is a funny name if you don't say the Khan afterwards.
No, because
Genghis Khan sounds intimidating, but
Well,
if you
there
just,
was only-
my buddy Genghis.
well,
It's a ridiculous name.
I can't spell Genghis Khan. There's an H in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is.
This is the book, Rich.
what's Can you type in what Genghis Khan's brother's name is? Because it's Genghis something, right?
What do you think? What do you think about this
it's
book,
Genghis
Richard?
Khan. It was Genghis and Dengus.
Genghis.
Genghis.
No, I would do it.
You would read
because
this book?
I think people that make marks on history need to be studied more often.
The Mongol army led by Genghis Khan subjugated more lands.
Imagine fucking smoking weed with Genghis Khan.
No. Do it sober, then do it on weed, or do it vice versa. You know what I mean? You always get double experience.
I'm blasted with my dad, Genghis Khan, right now.
I heard he's a lot of our dads. This is brother right here.
What's
Genghis, yo, I always keep the thing is by my side, yo. That's just what my name is, Genghis Khan, yo. I got it going on. It's not a con, it's no cap, yo. I'm all facts.
Yo, Genghis Khan's full brothers, Kasar, Kajun, and Tamuj. Yeah, they sound kind of bouge, E and screwed. Yeah, I'm about to eat some
I'm hanging
food.
with my bro Tamouj. You don't wanna know
Oh.
what we're about to do. About to invade China. That's how it is. Wait, what the fuck is this? They got a big ass wall. Yo, oh my god, holy shit.
They got a big ass wall, and that just made us stall. But yeah, no matter what, the Mongols, yeah, we ball. I'm about to sneak in on that dude Lin, or was it Yin? I don't care.
Mongolian, yo, you know we controlling them.
Oh.
Fuck the China wall. Yo, we're gonna ball, it'll fall. We're gonna get in there with our they in that movie, The Great Wall with Matt Damon. They posited that there were like monsters. They built the wall to fend off monsters. You guys ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I've heard about that, but it's crazy that Matt Damon played that role.
Yes.
I actually want to talk about Matt Damon in a different role in a movie that I recently saw.
Are you talking about Good Will Hunting?
I saw that, but no, Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, he is in Oppenheimer for a second.
I went to the theater and watched Oppenheimer by myself, which was a great experience. Smoked a bunch of weed.
Dude, I bet you were like the whole time looking at Oppenheimer being like, he's just like me for real.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is this always happens in all these biopics. All of these dudes who are successful geniuses or whatever, they always use their success to get bitches. Like Oppenheimer apparently was just trying to get bitches the whole time.
He was getting bitches?
He was getting bitches, dude. He was a womanizer.
Only later on in his life, I heard. Like, I heard he was like very awkward.
Well, once he achieved some success.
Exactly. So
he
I think
used success to get
it's
bitches.
relative to what you were saying. Like, well, you get what you want, and if that's something you've never had, then why not use it for that? That's all you got.
I'm just saying he gained.
You're saying that he invented the nuke because he wasn't getting any bitches?
No, I'm just saying every person that is in power gets what they want, when they can.
Okay, well,
all right. Well,
Richard,
that's
Richard
valuable
just,
input from Rich.
Richard just
God
dropped
damn it. God
the
damn
atomic
it.
bomb of wisdom on us.
Bam, take that, Oppenheimer.
But here's the other thing that happened. The movie was cool. I would watch it, and if I was one of you guys and I hadn't seen it, and I left the theater and got in my car, validated the parking, but then I got to the thing at the parking and scanned the ticket, and it was like, oh, you have to pay $15 because the movie was so goddamn long that the validation had expired. I got there at 1. It didn't leave until 4:30.
Jeez.
So the ticket that I bought on Tuesdays, it's half off. So I got a ticket for $9. The parking was $15.
They need to have an intermission so that you can go back to your car, exit the parking lot, and then go back into the parking lot, get a new ticket.
I fucking miss intermissions. Like,
you never had intermissions.
No,
they didn't exist in our lifetime.
They did. Like, you ever watch the VHS tapes of Sound of Music?
No,
like,
that's just you taking out the VHS tape to put in
No,
a new one.
it
That's not a real intermission.
It legit says intermission, and
that's on it. First of all, it's also a VHS tape. This is not a movie theater.
Right.
I'm just saying. I swear there was intermissions. When we were in.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody
No.
respects movies like that
We would
anymore.
go to
why
plays-
why would you
plays.
take an intermission? I'm fucking watching TikTok half of the movie anyways. I'm not fucking paying attention.
You would think that it would be in their best interest to do an intermission because it gives people a chance to go buy stuff from the theater, which is how they make their money.
Well, and this theater that I went to is like one of those that sell you food while you're there, but I didn't get any food. Thinking I was going to save money, but then I fucking paid $15 for parking.
I wonder if it's the fact that like the creator who's making the movie, now they have to like sort of write in a time in the movie where it would be appropriate to break, because that's a thing. Maybe people don't want the action to end. They want to just keep watching. They want to.
Well, especially
have
with
it be
how
congruent.
hard it is to get your attention in the first place. Like at this point in time, if you get somebody locked in on watching something, they better keep watching. The moment they stop, they're gonna fucking open YouTube and just start watching Casey. What's his face?
Nice tats. Yo, we got a fly in the room, and I don't know where it came from.
I've got a question. Which would you rather prefer? Would you prefer the
Which
drive
would
up?
you rather prefer?
Okay, for whatever.
Sorry. Start over, Richard. Go. We'll cut that out.
The drive-in theaters where you just drive your car up and tune in a radio station.
I hate that.
Or like an adult theater where you lazy boys. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's completely different. But they're like really good enjoyments.
What
for
about
theaters.
what about adult theaters? What'd you say? What are the options again?
The ones where you can get like a service to your lazy boy and you can order beers.
I'd much rather that than the drive-in. The drive-in sucks. I gotta watch this movie. I gotta watch this movie through some glass.
Yeah,
you
my
can bring your
dirty
own
windshield.
You can bring your own beer. You have your cooler with your
Then I
bomb.
gotta drink and drive. Yo, I just left the drive-in theater. You know me. I just I'm driving a beater, and I'm fucking 6 drinks deep. So you know it's about to be a heap.
Yo, I'm at the drive-in, shooting up heroin. Now it's a die-in. Yo, and it's dire. I came here because I saw a flyer.
Goddamn. I'm here because I saw advertisements. And so, you know, I had to be arriving. And I brought like 35 beers, a whole pack. And, you know, I'm feeling cheery. And I'm about to drive out of here quickly. And the police, I hear, they're on me. They're right on my ass. And next thing you know, I'm going to jail real fast.
Now I'm in jail and my cellmate's Donald Trump.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm over the hump. I haven't been here long enough, but that fool's about to get out on some blunts.
On some blunts, Donald Trump, 2021. Yeah, you know, they stole the election.
Who'd you guys vote for? No, just kidding.
No, but you got any thoughts on that?
I
Trump
just
mugshot?
want to say, to clarify, the reason why you do go to a drive-in theater is because when you do drink, if you drink too much, you can just sit there and go through the movie again, rewatch the parts you missed,
I'm pretty sure they have.
and until you sober up.
they're
No,
trying
there
to-
is no limit. There is no limit.
You're sure you can
No,
just park
I've done
there
it.
and
I've
watch
done it.
every movie that day?
It goes on this long, like 10, 15-minute interlog, and then people drive up again, people leave, and then the movie just
I've
starts.
never been to a
going.
drive-in theater.
I do see Richard's point. Like, you could hotbox your car.
Do
You
whatever
could be
the
you
fuck
could be
you want.
getting blown.
Play
jerk
cards.
off.
Yeah. You could be like bring from home pizza. All of a sudden, I'm eating pizza in a movie.
I've gone a couple times. They have one in Vegas.
Okay.
Angela and I go. We get dinner before. Bring it.
Okay.
Watch it. It's not bad.
But
But
in
yeah, you're sitting in your car watching it through glass,
See,
listening to the radio.
I like reversed in and then took out some chairs. Like,
Yeah. We keep our car running for the AC.
Oh, so
it's-
you've gone to a few.
Yeah.
Oh, and you vouch for them. It's a good time. You probably want to have a
depends.
lady with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's some
or a
shit-
man.
It's
But
some
like,
shit
yo,
to do on a date.
low key.
Yeah, we
low-
brought food and drinks and just hung out. It
If
was
you-
nice. But you have to like have your car on, so
So you're
for
wasting
AC
gas.
and radio, yeah.
Oh, because of how hot it is. I see.
Well, no,
Well,
you
that and the
listen,
radio.
You
You
watch the
listen.
movie through a station.
Yeah, they're like, oh, AM 520 for that movie.
Because it would sound like shit if they were blasting it over giant
Right, exactly,
speakers.
so you
I
all hear it in
see.
your car.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's kind of cool. I
Yeah,
guess.
Yo.
so it's not bad. I mean, it's interesting.
For an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you could straight up be doing hard drugs in your car.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
with
What-
children running around.
Wouldn't this be cool if they had like a drive-in theater that actually like made it for Teslas, so you can just link in.
oh, and
quicker?
charge your car?
No, because you can
Oh.
watch it on your screen too, and it
Oh.
links in, and
At that
it's
point,
just-
you might as well
Stay at home.
You just watch it on the screen.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's a great experience, but you can just be on the road, just fucking.
No, how about
out in
this?
the neighborhood. just
How about
pull
this?
up.
Drive-in podcast. You all stay in your car, and then we're podcasting over there.
Sounds awful.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie.
Would you walk up and leave in the middle of the podcast?
I might. Yeah, I might drive off and
So,
leave.
so like push a button, like tune in, be like, hey, yo, you guys want to hit this blunt? You want to walk over here and just walk to the car? They give you some.
Yeah. There's some like crowd work.
Yeah, exactly.
like
What
that.
about a drive-in theater, but it's only for cops?
Yeah. And they're snitching on everybody the whole time.
But there's no one to snitch on because it's only for good cops.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, there's no corrupt
No
cops.
corrupt
And then
cops.
we pretend that like we set up fireworks. We're like, we're gonna celebrate you guys, and then surround it with
then
TNT.
and then we blow them all up. Is that
didn't
what
say
you're
that.
positing here?
No, I was
Richard?
not saying that.
The jihadist in me likes this.
Damn, dude, Richard wants to kill every policeman.
No, I want to kill the idea of police force for sure.
That was deep.
He's killing concepts. It's like Genghis Khan.
Yo, we brought it back. That was
Yeah.
good, Dave.
Oh yeah.
Although I don't know how that works. Killing concepts.
Well, he murdered a lot of people.
You're right. He had a rampage going there for a second. There hasn't been. Okay, so there was a Genghis Khan movie, but fucking John Wayne played him in brown face. So they need to. Genghis Khan needs to get his
Yeah.
due.
No, have you guys
Yeah.
watched the series? There's a two seasons on it, and it's about basically this guy who serves under Genghis Khan. It's really good. Oh, man, what was it called?
Fuck, Richard.
Sorry.
Genghis Khan apprentice. The Genghis Khan apprentice.
Oh man, I'm gonna find it real quick. Hold.
Okay,
You're gonna-
do your research.
Yeah, please.
Well,
There was a time where we thought Richard was actually going to be living with us, like for real, and not just once a week. Oh my God, we have 300 seconds to stop the TV from auto powering off.
It seems like a good amount.
I think we'll live.
Say
And we were like, yo, Richard's going to be our Jamie from Joe Rogan. We're gonna be able to be like, yo, Rich, look this up, blah blah blah, and then he joined the union and he doesn't spend any time here at all. So.
Marco Polo, by the way.
Oh, that's like
Marco
the game.
Polo worked with Genghis Khan. They were
Yeah,
boys?
he was the servant of Genghis Khan. Yeah.
Damn.
I thought Marco Polo had his own thing going on. You're saying Marco and Khan?
No, Marco
had a
Polo.
bond.
Marco Polo was originally from Italy, obviously. You know that random.
Yo, Marco Polo. I ain't going dolo. I'm over here with this Genghis Khan folks, bro. You know me, we on the show, so Marco Polo, where are you? Oh, I'm with my bro, Genghis Khan. And you know we traveling to Milan to conquer them.
Me and Genghis Khan. Yeah, we super fond of each other, mind. And we hanging out, playing Marco Polo in the trout. Yeah, I'm about to go and swim. Marco Polo on my kin.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I got no friends to play Marco Polo
No
with.
friends except my boy Genghis Khan. Yeah, you know we have a strangest bond.
Oh.
Me and Genghis, yo, he's my man. And his friend, Genghis, damn. His brother, Toulouse, is cool too. But you know, I don't hang with him after school. It's me and Genghis, I'm Marco Polo. Yeah, you know me, I go loco.
Me and Genghis getting Angus beef, chief.
From Outback.
Yeah.
How about this?
I thought they liked the goats, right?
I'm
beef?
Marco Polo, but I'm Australian, and I'm hanging with Genghis Khan.
That's pretty good.
I'm not Italian anymore. I'm Australian now.
So Marco Polo was Italian.
Yeah.
No, we know.
How did he link up with Genghis Khan? Richard?
Silk Road.
Genghis was raping his family.
Because after Genghis Khan took over China, basically, like he owned the Silk Road. So anything coming into the Asia, he controlled.
Was it a friendly relationship or was it like a?
It was friendly in the fact that the Rome gave him consent because they didn't want him invading.
That's good.
Kind of thing.
We're pro consent on
Pro
this
consent.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the Spanish soccer player.
Yeah.
You know what?
Which is a callback to something that we never talked about
like
on this episode.
consent, because like obviously they didn't consent to him being a murderer and killing.
I'm looking up Genghis Khan, Marco Polo, and I'm gonna see what pops up. Marco, you guys ever play Marco Polo in the swimming pool?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It's funny how that's like kind of that dude's legacy now.
Mhm.
I mean, he was like a great explorer or whatever, but now
That's
he
not a
just-
bad legacy.
No, I agree.
A solid summer game.
Everyone plays it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's better than Duck Duck Goose.
That's a dumbass
Yeah.
game.
Duck Duck
Yeah,
Goose
yeah.
is for bullying people.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and also like you could just say duck endlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You could break the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that's a good one.
And then nobody else gets to play. I'm just ducking around.
Yeah, wow. Marco
Was
Polo,
Richard right?
Yeah, I had no idea. That's the most interesting fact I've ever heard in my life.
I do think
That's a
that
big one.
it says a lot about an old time friend of Richard that instinctually you would fact check what he's saying just to fully comprehend the extent of what he's saying.
One of
I
my
appreciate when people fact check me.
Yeah,
Because I take a lot of things for credit.
you're like
I
a
mean,
science
for granted.
oh yeah, and you're
Right.
usually wrong.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
it's-
Yeah, I think that's why we're doing it.
He
is
needs
usually,
us to do
No,
it.
We
no,
don't-
because I take you guys ever hear of the multi-universe?
I don't want to ever hear about
Talking
it.
about string theory right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
mean the multiverse?
multiverse. There you go. Any situation is a possible situation. So discussing any situation in
You're
relative
saying that
terms
you're
could
never
be
wrong.
profitable.
You're never wrong because there exists a universe where you're right.
No, I literally I heard a concept on this similar to what Richard's saying today, where it could be that in the future there are such great virtual realities so that it's possible that in the future the virtual reality is created and then we're living in a simulation, and in this simulation it's the maybe it's the Mormon reality.
There
Or-
was an episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy Turner wished to always be right, and there was a scene where he's in school, and they're like, Timmy, how many states are there? And he's like, 49 or whatever. and everyone is like, obviously that's wrong. But then all of a sudden, a news broadcast happens. It's like, North Dakota and South Dakota have decided to end their years-long feud and join as one state, meaning there's only 40. And I feel like that just exists in Richard's brain all the time, where the multiverse
There is a possibility
of being
of
correct.
that. That's why. Well, yeah. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
At some point, he wished he had some Fairly Odd Parents, and that he wished to be always correct.
It's weird because I remember that episode.
I just
You,
saying.
yeah,
because-
that's a good
yeah.
episode.
something else like happens where he like says another thing that isn't true, but then it becomes true.
Oh, and he just starts fucking shit up.
yeah.
That was a good show, you guys.
I wish I could speak truth.
Remember how? Okay, so they tried to make live action Fairly Odd Parents, and they had Drake Bell from Drake and Josh play Timmy Turner, but he's like a grown ass man, which is kind of weird, and he's supposed to be an elementary school kid. And also, it turns out Drake Bell was like messaging minors the entire time, and you know, he got a suspended sentence, and he's blacklisted in Hollywood now.
That should be the cover art. The Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. Do it all that style.
Yeah, and we're the parents and they're the kids.
That guy also did Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, I could tell.
Which was kind of a banger.
Where
And,
everybody's shoe is like a triangle shape.
Yeah. And Danny Phantom was another one of his. I think he did the Powerpuff Girls too. I
That
could be
make the
wrong.
artwork seems like it would be that.
But he did Samurai Jack.
Yo,
Gotta get back to the past. Gotta get back. Sorry, man. That shit was whack, and I had to interrupt. That's a fact. Yo, Samurai Jack. Yo, now I'm whack, and that's how it is. Yo, that's the tables have turned.
Samurai Jack, Montgomery Jack, like the cheese. Yeah, I'm feeling snacky. Yeah.
Snacky, snacky, yeah. I need a Twinkie, yeah. I need it. What you thinking? Yeah, I need it quickly. I am drinking homemade White Claw, and I'm drunk as shit.
Somebody please get me a snack to me right now. I wanna eat it. I wanna put it inside of my mouth. I want the Cheetos. I want the cheeses. I want the Oreos. I want the B-slows to keep on going forever, bro.
Doritos. That was all right, I guess.
It was made a banger in like 2 seconds.
It was redeemed at the second half.
I agree. Sorry for stealing it from you, man.
No, it's just I feel like sometimes
I feel like I was the one talking when the beat dropped.
right, but there are other times where I'm talking where you come in.
Okay, well, sometimes there's other times where
I'm
you're
just saying it's
I
not
hate you.
it's
and-
not consistent. You know, we kind of just we can't be so rigid about it. You know,
I'm rigid right now.
that's pretty exciting.
Ridge Wallet, folks. Gotta get it. It's our sponsor this week. I
Yeah,
wish.
and there on our Ridge wallet, there's a little pocket for your Blue Chew.
Ridge. That would be a good collaborative. But Ridge Wallet is not built for that. They're trying to make it compact.
What
You know
if
I
the
mean?
Ridge wallet is just fully made of Blue Chew?
Or how about this? We make our own called Rigid Wallet, and it's designed just to hold Blue Chew,
yeah,
or just your preferred erectile dysfunction drug.
yeah.
The Rigid Wallet, folks. There we go. Count it. Great joke.
I can't find pussy anywhere.
You watch Sopranos?
No, I want to. That's on my list. I was just talking about it with my wife.
It
but
should be
no, I
next
never
on
have.
your list.
Yeah.
And low-key,
I know it's one of the best. I've seen
Well,
like the first season. or
There's
two,
also
but-
like people. I've met people who don't get it. I've met people who are like, "Oh, these guys are just racist."
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't get.
it's not like it's all them being racist.
no. It's
But
just like once you understand the characters, you're like, these are just some piece of shit dudes, and they're
It's
all
just-
running around.
just asshole Italian
He's very
mobster.
good at being
Yeah,
a
yeah.
piece of shit.
There
dude.
is
almost to where you're like cheering for him. you
No,
know?
yeah, it's like the anti-villain, or no, the anti-hero.
Yeah,
The
anti-hero, yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the epitome of an anti-hero, where you.
There is an episode where his daughter's dating a black guy, and he sees a box of Uncle Ben's rice and passes out. So there is some racism involved.
Yeah. But you know the daughter is always calling him out on it, so there's a voice of reason there. But yeah, I would actually.
It's probably the greatest show ever made.
What are you watching
Right
right
now.
now? What are you watching right now?
We just finished Suits.
Suits. I've heard that's good.
I heard that's not bad.
I like the
I
main
liked
guy.
it. Yeah.
Did you watch
what's his
Ozark?
Yeah, we watched Ozark.
Dude.
Ozark was probably one of the better shows I've seen.
I feel
in a
like
while.
I'm waiting for enough time to go by so that I can rewatch Ozark again because it was so good and my girlfriend hasn't seen it.
Yes,
it's a good one to watch.
So much
with
happens in that last season too, where you
Yeah.
almost don't want to rewatch it. You want to wait a little bit to where you can sort of forget what happened.
Exactly. I'm getting to that point where I've forgotten.
We
most
were
of it.
also like rewatching the whole series as new seasons were coming out. So we've seen like the first season 4 times, the second season 3 times, and the third season
because each time a new
twice.
season came out, we would just rewatch the whole thing. So the first episode is just like engraved in my brain. It's a great opener. That first episode is fucking bomb.
Yeah, that was a great show.
I love the episode where he's teaching his son how to launder money. That's probably my favorite episode.
Yeah. I like the son in that
Jason
show.
Bateman is one of the greatest actors of all time. He might be my personal favorite. I don't know. He's up there. He's a legend, I think.
I just watched.
Been doing it forever too. He was a child actor.
I think I watched. It was Game Night. I think it's called.
I love Game Night,
dude. And
that's
he's
underrated.
He's so funny, and like Rachel McAdams and like both of them just have like this whole like great dynamic. It's a funny movie.
The awkward cop neighbor is
yeah.
so fucking funny. Just the concept of him as a character. Your neighbor's a cop, and he always wants to hang out with you. He sees you that you have friends that come over for game night, and he's jealous, and he's always
he used to come
making
over,
it awkward.
He used to come over when him and his wife were still together, but now that they're divorced,
they
they
liked the wife but didn't like him.
So they stop inviting him over.
Sounds
and
like
he's
a good movie.
It's a really funny movie, yeah.
I think it's on Prime, Richard. You could watch it for free.
You know what's another underrated comedy that flew under the radar? Cock Blockers with John Cena.
I've never seen that.
It was good.
I think I saw that.
It was the families who their kids are going to prom, and they learn that their kids are trying to lose their virginities at prom, and they don't want that to happen. They're like, we have to protect our children's virtue and whatnot. It's a great concept for a movie, honestly.
Yeah. I saw that on my first day with Angela.
Oh, that's a beautiful story right there.
Dude.
John Cena would be a perfect choice.
John Cena's a great actor.
John Cena's been buff for really long. Like he hasn't deflated yet.
That's where people are like, roids are acceptable.
Right, but like to sustain it is difficult.
Yeah.
Like to sustain being like Arnold isn't buff anymore. Arnold is like a normal guy now.
Well, John Cena's also not 70.
Right,
Arnold's
but he's
still kind of buff.
For an old dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Cena's like what, late 40s?
Right, but he's been buff for like 20 years. Yo, it's been 20 years of me holding this muscle mass. Yeah, I grew so fast, and now I gotta make it last. I'm jamming steroids all the way up in my ass, and sometimes in my thigh, cause I don't know why.
Your time is up, my time is now. John Cena, you can't see me. No, not once, no, not twice. Yo, I'm John Cena, and my shit is nice when I'm on the mic. Yo, that's how it is. Yo, I'm John Cena, and I don't have no kids. Well, maybe I do. Well, I visit them at the fucking the children's hospital shit. I'm always in it. I'm always answering kids. Make-A-Wish Foundation, that's my shit. I'm always going over there visiting kids.
Shout out my boy John Cena. Woo! It's so obscene, bruh. Woo! How he's been so jacked. Woo! For over 1,000 years.
1,000 years. John Cena's been here. He is a fucking what's the word? Demigod? That was it. Fuck. That was a bad one. Sorry,
I fucked it up at the end. I've been drinking.
That's good.
Not a lot, just a little bit.
No, like you probably you've had the equivalent of maybe a White Claw and a half.
That's it?
Like a regular one. Yeah, you've had 2 of those.
I'm such a bitch.
Yeah.
I think I accidentally put 4 extra beats on the main episode.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you know.
Well, it's the battery on the cameras. The cameras are gonna die before the episode ends. Is what I'm saying.
Well, we'll play it by ear, man.
Okay.
You don't need to start introducing negative scenarios.
It's not negative. I was just like,
let's just get here.
I want to hear more about where Sage is at now.
Okay,
because
let's
now
do
he's
that.
rolling.
I think
in.
that's
You're
a good
right.
idea.
You're right. We kind of got off track there. This is a Sage-centric podcast.
Is it? All
right. Yeah, tell us what you're growing right now.
Right now, I run a spot called Bond Road. That's what we grow under.
Bond Road.
Bond Road.
Bond Road. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we
Genghis Bond.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We have 4 strains we're growing right now. It's just a small spot.
900 plants for 4 strains.
Yeah. For flower.
How much money?
Because you're doing wholesale. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
how much money would you need to start your own operation?
between license, depending on the building, if you need to buy or if you're just renovating.
I'm sure you need employees too.
Employees, equipment.
You can't work with
ACs.
900 plants alone, right?
No.
Yeah. What's the most you could work alone?
Well, let's just say you have a spot that you can use everything except for the temperature controlment, like the AC units and stuff, like the temperature controls.
Yeah. A few 100,000 at least 3 or 4.
And that's going to produce what? Like you're saying 900 plants like per month? No, per 6 months.
No, because you rotate it. You're not doing 900 plants all in the same rotation.
Yeah.
So we have like 150 plants in each section.
That's right.
So we're harvesting every 10 days.
So if you got like $500,000 for a business loan, how long do you think before you could make your money back?
I mean, if you're just starting from the beginning, you're at least 120 days until you actually get product to sell.
Okay.
So you need operating costs for that, electricity, wages, whatnot. So, yeah, to sustain that long, you probably need at least 500 before you start seeing
because you're
some
not going to
kind of
start
profit.
making. Yeah.
And it might take twice as long before you get your testing down.
Yeah.
Right. It might
And
take you a year to make some money.
Yeah, and there's so much recurring costs: plant media, newts, electricity.
What are newts?
Nutrients,
Oh,
fertilizers.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a cool little abbreviation.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the little lizard. It's a newt.
I've never heard of that.
Wait, a lizard, a newt?
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking neutron.
It's
like,
a little amphibian.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You've never seen a newt?
Maybe I've seen it. I've just never called it a
She turned me into a newt.
That's that spotted little lizard with a round face?
No, that's from Holes. That's a fictional lizard.
No, that's the yellow spotted lizard.
Okay, you're right.
That's a dragon. That's a dragon, but they painted yellow dots on the back.
You're right. They did just paint a Komodo dragon for Holes.
No, not Komodo dragon. One of those pet dragons that people
Gila monster.
It's like an iguana.
I think they painted a Gila monster with yellow. They just took a random desert lizard and put little yellow spots on it, and
which made it perfect.
I was scared to death of those lizards when I watched that movie as a kid.
Me too.
I was like, oh my God, I hope those aren't real. They sound terrifying as fuck. They'll take you out. And then one of them bit that fucking Angelina Jolie's dad on the face.
Yeah, he had a big old
right on his fucking.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, bro.
Yo, so when, they said like because that lady she painted snake venom, the rattlesnake venom on her fingernails.
Yeah.
But like they were telling
me, she scratched him on his face. It wasn't a bite on the face.
Yeah, that's why you reminded me of that. But like, this guy was telling me that wouldn't happen. Like you have to inject it to like the bloodstream or something. And I'm like, scratches might do something.
Yeah, I feel like that would be irritated as fuck. Probably.
Especially if it's in that like.
It would hurt a lot, probably. Yeah, it might not poison you to death,
but it might get irritated.
You
and
get an infection or something, or it would definitely hurt.
And he definitely didn't go to the hospital. He just had like a big puffy face.
And that was the chick from Alien.
She was awesome.
Super good actress.
I'm tired of these hoes, Grandpa.
I can't remember her fucking name because I'm a dumbass.
Who cares?
I gotta pee again.
It sounds like the
I can't find pussy anywhere.
Yo, activated the soundboard with the mic. That's just how it is. I gotta get used to the new mic stands. Cause when I put them over here,
I can't find pussy anywhere.
They just activate the soundboard.
Yo, it's actually low-key kind of cool. The way you can use your mic stand as a tool. To trigger on the buttons. Yeah, it's better than nothing.
I gotta trigger some more sound drops with the mic.
He's not funny.
That's David, right? He's not a funny dude. Yo, that's just how it is, and I don't mean to be rude, Bo. I hope you don't have kids.
No, probably I feel that you could find funnier. Yeah, my nose has been runnier. Yeah, I'm a dumb nerd when I come through trying to rhyme words.
Oh! I hit 3 at once. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee.
All right, go pee.
Make the podcast good while I'm gone.
I mean, I'll do my best. I feel like the weed business, based on this conversation, is not the business I would go into.
So it depends on where in the process you are. So like cultivation, it's not the best unless you have a guaranteed outlet for your product that you're growing. the dispensaries are probably where the money is, just because of the markup they can have.
So if I just buy weed and package it and then open a dispensary, am I better off selling other people's products, or can I make all my own products?
Some people do a mixture of both, which I think is good. So you grow your own stuff and use that for 50-60% of your store.
Yeah.
And then get other people's stuff just to have something different in there.
I would even say less, just so you can specify. Like you said, 50 or 60%. You do sell your own weed, but like I'd say use weed to wholesale, and then what you sell up front is just your very top shelf. What you're trying to do, like the genetics you're going for, or something that you want to establish is yours. Because you could grow other strains at your place to support your business.
Is a weed bar or a weed coffee shop not a thing because people just want to smoke weed at home?
They're starting lounges in Vegas. There's one place where you can go and smoke. They have packages where they have like bong rentals or dab rig rentals.
So you just get high and hang out.
Yeah.
That
But
needs
they
to be
are kind
more
of
of a thing. Like hookah bars and stuff. Hookah bars do it so odd because it's more of a setting thing. Like when you go to a hookah bar, you know what to expect. You have like this weird lighting, like this blah, blah, blah. Like when you go to Vegas, you have like hookah bars on the side of the street, like stands. It gives you a totally different vibe. You're like, I could do this in public.
I just feel like stoners are not great customers, but maybe they're definitely not aggressive. You know, so like you can count. It's better than a bar, but then
there's definitely people that are very social when they're smoking.
Really?
Yeah, not me usually, but
it's just I get sluggish usually.
Yeah.
It's rare that
think of this concept. We've been going to taverns, bars, clubs to drink, to like sit down and drink this thing when you can't drive after. You get intoxicated, you make foolish decisions, you spend money. Like weed, you can do the same thing. You go to these places, you can get like these things delivered to you, you have joints, you enjoy yourself. You do the same things, but you don't have to worry about this intoxication. You know what I mean? It's just it's established that this thing isn't bad just if you overcompensate.
Well, it's also like there's no way of regulating like how high you are. Like it's clear
you can't really regulate how drunk people are.
Yeah,
They're
you can.
stumbling on the bar. They fall
but what
off
I'm saying
the bar,
is like
puking.
I can
fighting.
say that customer's had 4 drinks, and that's like depending on the amount
Probably
of time.
more than that.
Yeah, but like that customer might get up and start punching someone.
Okay,
you don't worry about someone smoking
But what I'm
weed,
saying is
like,
I can track how many drinks a person has ordered and determine that based on the time frame, it's an acceptable amount for a human being. Weed is so unique to each person that like you could take 3 hits and be fucking blitz, or somebody could be smoking 4 joints and be fine. It's just like hard to determine how weed affects each person, and because of that, it's difficult to just serve it to everybody normally.
So what I would do is just make it very high price and say, if you want to smoke, just bring your own.
Okay,
people that smoke know what they're doing. They're not gonna get trounced in a public place.
Okay, well that defeats
trounced. I like that.
They're just gonna fall asleep.
That was some like medieval, like you would say that to your jester. This guy's trounced.
Well,
I feel
it
like
is what it is.
It defeats the purpose of going to smoke weed in a public place if you have to bring your own
I'm just saying
weed.
it's so black marked that it does seem unacceptable everywhere.
Yeah, thanks, Rich, for that input. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, that's so sweet. Yeah, you know I'm on me. Yeah, you know my homies on the podcast right now, and you know I'm never lonely.
Me and my homies at the lounge smoking stogies. Yeah, I'm super brown. Yeah, I look like Mowgli.
Whoa.
Jungle Book. Yeah, I'm fucking shook. Smoking on a brick that my buddy booked.
Ooh, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you. Shooba dooba 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 doo.
Yeah, you know it's true. The bare necessities. Yeah, all I really need is trees, so I can fucking smoke the leaves.
Goddamn.
Feeling fantastic, and it's drastic.
Remember, that was back in the good old days of Disney, where all of their villains were queer coded.
Yeah.
Like Shere Khan, obviously a gay ass tiger.
Yeah.
And they had like the villain from Hercules.
Yeah.
Totally gay.
Hades.
Yeah.
They're sassy.
Yeah, they're just they're obviously not kissing men in the movie, but they're definitely like, well, what okay, this guy's a little flowy.
Flowy. Let me read you the beats. How about that? Let's do that.
So what's up with this new Willy Wonka? Did you guys?
Richard, I'm reading beats before we talk about the new Willy Wonka. Come Home by Piper Beats, Plush by Balance Cooper, Told Me by Justin Beats, Sandman by Manuel, Bar Spitter by Louis, Subliminal by 18, Smoke Break by Lex Factor.
The new Willy Wonka probably gonna suck, or it's gonna be really good. Either way, I don't care because why would I? I'm sick of these reboots and it's.
Is there a villain in that movie?
Chocolate.
Okay.
I feel like Willy Wonka's kind of the villain.
Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is,
because that's another one. I feel like they made the villain something.
The villain is consumerism and greed and gluttony, which is what gets the kids from winning the competition.
So Willy Wonka's the hero by showing.
No, it's the
showing the kid that this is all consumerism.
It's about capitalism.
Passion. He said you have to do it for the passion. That's why you won.
Well, let's think about this. The writer, Roald Dahl, racist.
Really?
And let's consider this. Willy Wonka has slaves.
Oh, the Oompa Loompas.
At its core, it's kind of a problematic story to bring to light in 2023, and I'm wondering if they're going to, stay true to the source material or if they're going to wokeify it like they do a lot of...
I hope those Oompa Loompas have a union.
I agree, 1,000%, Richard.
Yeah.
But I would almost argue that they, there's a new Snow White that just came out, and only one of the 7 dwarves is actually a dwarf, because they're we're not trying to. I don't know what the word is. We're not trying to make a mockery of dwarves or whatever. They're like, you know what? In 2023, we don't need to have 7 dwarves. That's a little excessive. Or offensive. I don't know what the reasoning was.
Wait,
behind
so there's only one dwarf?
Yeah, one of them's a dwarf. But
And
they're not called the 7 dwarves.
What are the rest? Little people?
And it's not like a traditional love story either. They're changing how Snow White gets saved.
Oh yeah,
really?
I'm sure she doesn't get rescued by any kind of.
She's a single mother who has a job as
which
Instagram
at the end of the day,
manager.
That's not even the part that I give a shit about. The dwarf aspect of it though, there's supposed to be 7 dwarves.
It's why take a movie and change it instead of making something new?
Well, no, you could take a single dwarf, but give him all this really psychotic.
Give him 7 dicks.
Oh, give him 7 personalities.
Yes,
he's got split personality disorder.
Bro, that would
That'd
be
funny.
insane. Or maybe 3 dwarfs with multiple
You just actually came up with a really good idea for a movie.
Great,
awesome.
That's a great movie.
And imagine if this lady thinks she's Snow White, but she's actually some victim of some cancer patient in a hospital.
Well, it's her. She's being stalked by her ex-boyfriend who has a split personality disorder with 7 different people, and she's trying to get in with this new guy who's got his act together. That would be the Prince character. So it's kind of like a horror angle.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
she's
I'm
obviously
down with that.
friend zoned all the 7 dwarves and he's going after a prince. So,
but even that, it implies that the 7 dwarves are a negative thing, and so we can't go with that.
And eventually they put her on a slab and put her to sleep.
All right, yeah, I like that ending. So it's not a good ending. It's not happy by any means. I like a horror movie that ends poorly. That's just how it is, yo, nice and gory. It ends and there's no redemptive aspect to it. Everyone's like, screw it, yo, it's a loser shit.
Yo, I like a horror movie that ends with whores. Yeah, I deplore the 7 dwarves and how there should only be one, and maybe he has a son.
They take the 7 dwarves and dropped it down to Uno. I think that was not a good move, bro. You should keep all 7 dwarves in the movie because this is Dwarf Eraser, yo. This is not groovy.
Drop him down to Uno. Suddenly I'm watching Bruno. Yeah, I'm on Pluto. From how the weed that I smoke affected me. Yeah, I gotta lay back the trees.
Now, Bruno, that's a movie that they couldn't make in 2023. No, sir, no, sirree. I love Sacha Baron. He's very funny.
I think you should make another Bruno, but about him saving Ukraine.
They could. Loki. I mean, they got away with making Borat 2, and Borat 2 was lit.
Yeah.
It was definitely, it pushed some boundaries. It's good. You should check it out.
It's definitely it's worth it.
Yeah.
I feel like he goes into hiding every time he releases one of those movies.
He has to.
He does do it infrequently, but he also briefly had a show on Showtime that would also really push some limits. I think it was called This Is America, or
yes,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
it was
Or
pretty,
maybe it's I don't know if that's the name exactly, but I remember it having the word America in it.
yeah, it was really insane. So I mean, I think he's on like some South Park levels where he's kind of uncancelable, and nothing he does is really even that bad. Everything he does is like social commentary. If he does something that could be perceived as racist, it's like,
Well, it's a
like,
joke.
yeah, it's like obviously like you think it's racist because of this thing you've been told or some bullshit or whatever the fact. He really throws stuff on its
Do you
back.
think he gets away with so much because of the destructive, like, way everyone looks at what he's doing to himself? Like,
Possibly.
Like, it completely makes it just glance over everything else. It makes it comedy.
People who might have the power to bring him down don't take him seriously enough to
Yeah,
do
because
so.
they're like
is what you're saying?
he's doing enough damage to himself. Like,
But he's not.
no, it's really not because it's comedy.
Everyone respects the hell out of that guy. It's always weird though, because he randomly does movies where he's acting seriously. Like he does consider himself a thespian.
That's almost
and
a
whatnot.
joke in
Like
itself.
he'll be in a movie that isn't comedic.
What movie?
He was in this thing called The Spy. It was a Netflix miniseries, and he's been in a couple other things where he literally he was in the Sweeney Todd as
Just as a
the
serious
villain.
character.
Yeah. So every now and then he does non-comedy things, which is always weird to see.
I just remember him dropping with his bare ass on Eminem at that show.
Oh, Eminem did not like that.
I thought it was fake. Like, I thought Eminem was in on it.
It might have been.
It looks like that.
He was in Les Miserables, but he was kind of a comedy role in Les Miserables. He was like the husband.
Excellent. Who was his wife?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Helena Bonham Carter.
Those two in that duo was so great.
Yeah, that was
So
probably my
villainous.
favorite part of Les Miserables, honestly.
Besides Russell Crowe, like just kinda
Okay, but that's because you got a crush on Russell Crowe.
What?
Yeah.
He was in Alice Through the Looking Glass. Who was he in Alice Through the Looking Glass? Oh, he played the clock.
Wow.
So he didn't actually have a facial role. Eastbound and Down.
Oh, but that's comedy.
Yeah, you're right. The Dictator. Oh, I guess that's comedy too. Hugo. That's not a comedy. Whatever. Should we maybe think about wrapping this up?
Let's wrap it up. I think that's a good idea.
We got to get some shabu shabu. We got to play some more Mario Kart.
Yeah. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Go to patreon.com/Dome with Bamfomania to watch the bonus content and to support the show.
Let's just say this week's bonus content you might want to check
It'd
out.
be a good time, definitely.
And we're not going to say anything else about it for fear of creating any kind of animosity between certain guests that we actually like.
Yeah, exactly.
And that'll be that on that.
Yeah, and I'll put shit in the description. Click on the links in the description for all of our shit. Do you have anything you want to plug, Sage?
No, I just want to thank you for letting me be on. And
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Anytime. I'm so glad you got to come down here. Oh, shit. Yo, was a great episode. What you know, yo, but we gotta say not hello, but goodbye, because this is the last fucking rap on the live podcast. Yo, you know I feel alive.
Just that outro. I do not glow in the dark. If I'm not, then I eat slow. When I'm super baked, yeah, I'm eating cake. Yeah, I'm not a flake, but it's getting late.
So long, farewell. Avita Zane, yeah, I do my thing, yeah, every single fucking week. Yeah, I'm on the podcast, acting sweet. That's just how it is, you know. Yeah, every day, The Dome Show, the best freestyle podcast in the world. Yeah, on the entire dome.
Like and subscribe to the YouTube, to the Patreon. Yeah, please don't stop. Yeah, I'm getting gone every day. Yeah, I'm very on. Yeah, I'm smoking trees and I'm getting lit. Yeah, you know it.
Please.